Yeah, and Andrew Burr says, I feel like I've been lied to all these years about solar release fertilizers. Thank you, Dr. Shadox. Yeah, so, I'm not saying necessarily you're lied to. I think in some cases there is that going on. That's for sure. I would say in a large number of cases, people just don't know. Particularly salesmen. Salesmen don't know. They're just regurgitating whatever they've been, told to use, and, based upon their experience or some other factor or whatever. But when we actually go in and we try to do our best to balance out all the other factors and variables that can influence things, and we look at it as accurately as we can. If this was different, if it showed the turfgrass response to these products were 2 or 3 times as long, I'd be sitting here saying, yeah, you probably should be using these slow release in-sources more frequently because the cost is factored out when you use it. I would be saying that, but that's not what we find. Okay. As I said yesterday, somebody asked about, can you just apply one nitrogen source for the whole season? And I mentioned, I forget who it was, but I mentioned that's about the only way I can think of that would come close. Because the shorter and shorter you get that release for, say you're out, let's say theoretically you could get out to say 6 months. You got to start measuring these nitrogen slow release sources in a matter of months if you want to compete with urea. So let's say you had a 6-month turfgrass responded for 6 months. You might actually be competitive with urea at that length of time. But the shorter that is, you go from 6 months to 5 months to 3 months to 2 months, you're getting closer and closer to the response from urea. Every time you shorten that down, urea is getting more and more competitive. Okay. So you got to get way out there with the nitrogen longevity, the turfgrass response to these sources in order for them to make sense financially. Environmentally and all that stuff is another issue. Okay. But financially, you got to get way out there. So the question was, can I just apply one at like 4 pounds in? And the paper tonight is going to use that rate. They're going to use 4 pounds of nitrogen rather than 1 or 2 pounds and see, okay, well, that 4 pounds metered out the entire length of the season and result in acceptable turfgrass, or at least equivalent turfgrass to what urea would be if I applied it more frequently. That's what we're going to find tonight, okay? But that's about the only way I can think of at the moment that would come close to competing with urea. Anytime you're dealing with these, 90-day products, 60-day products, you're so close to the turf response to urea that the cost is not balanced out.